Have you ever stood in silence, staring at the ceiling late at night, wondering, if God already knows how my story ends, then what's the point of trying to change it? It's a terrifying thought. The idea that your fate is sealed, that your choices are nothing more than steps on a path already carved in stone. We talk about free will, we talk about effort and change, but how free can we really be? If God, all-knowing, infinite, already sees the ending, does that mean the pain you're trying to avoid is unavoidable? Or that your dreams, no matter how hard you work, were never meant to be? Let's slow down for a moment, breathe, and sit with this question, not to solve it, but to feel it, to open it up, and maybe find something deeper inside it. Let's imagine a river. It winds through hills, cutting through earth, flowing steadily toward the sea. Now imagine God as someone standing far above, watching that river from beginning to end. He sees the source, the twists, the turns, even the rocks beneath the surface. He sees where it speeds up, where it slows down, where it floods, and where it dries up. But the person in the river, you can't see that far ahead. You're swimming, sometimes floating, sometimes drowning. You think you're in control, and in many ways you are. You choose when to fight the current, when to rest, when to grab hold of something. You choose to keep going, even when you're tired. But God sees where the river goes, not because he's pushing you there, but because he sees all of it at once. So here's the paradox. Does God knowing where the river ends mean you never had a choice? Or is it just that your choices are already visible to him, parent who knows their child well? She knows if her son touches the stove, he'll get burned. She warns him. She tells him what will happen. He touches it anyway. She knew, but she didn't force it. She didn't will it. She just knew. Now scale that kind of knowing to something divine, not just based on patterns or personality, but timeless awareness. God doesn't guess. He doesn't predict. He knows. But knowledge is not the same as control. Just because he knows what you'll do doesn't mean he made you do it. But here it gets hauntingly beautiful. Maybe God doesn't just know the future. Maybe he knows every possible version of it. Maybe he sees the future where you gave up, the one where you never healed, the one where the bitterness took root. But maybe he also sees the future where you chose again, where you took one more breath, said one more prayer, tried one more time. And maybe his will for your life isn't about dragging you down a fixed path, but gently inviting you into the best version of the one you're already on. He's not trapping you, he's calling you. And the echoes of that calling feel a lot like your own desire to change, to grow, to do better. Where do you think those desires come from? What if the fight inside you to change your life is the very evidence that you're still writing it? So the next time you feel powerless, the next time the thought creeps in that maybe your story is already written and the ink is dry, pause and ask yourself this. What if the very fact that you're questioning your future is proof that it's still being shaped? Not because you can escape God's knowledge, but because maybe, just maybe, his knowledge already includes the version of you who chose differently. So, if God already knows the ending, what if he's waiting to see which ending you'll choose? Let that sit with you. And if that stirred something in you, tell me in the comments. If nothing was holding you back, what kind of future would you choose today?